Yeah, guys, I'm live. I don't know how my network is gonna respond, but I'm here live. Arsenal 4, Mkdons 1 preseason. I should say preseason match reaction, and yeah, we did it. We won this game by 4 goals to 1. Thanks to 4 different goal scorers, and I want to talk about this game. How did we look? William Saliba got his first game at Arsenal. His first start at Arsenal. That is the most interesting part of it, and of course, bigger things like Eddie Nketiah, El Neni coming onto the score sheet. What do you think about that? Our midfield is really empty. I was looking at the starting lineup, and that's like who's good, who's not good in that lineup. So I want us to look at at all those things. So let us look at the first lineup or the starting lineup, how we started in this game. The starting lineup was Leno in goal, Cedric, Saliba, Holding, Tierney, Elneny, Xhaka, Maitland Niles, Saka, Nketiah, and Aubameyang. And then on the bench we had Marseille, Ballard, McGuinness. McGuinness came in and scored the goal. Bola, Aziz, Sotrell, Olenyika, Oyegoke, Willock, Lewis, Nelson, Smith Rowe, and John Rose. Those were the players on the bench. Starting lineup, of course, it's as preseason. I don't think it has any problems. Leno, Cedric, Saliba. I think the partnership. I love the partnership in the defense. Of course, Tierney and Cedric. Those are my two fullbacks of the season. I want them to stay as the fullbacks for the season. Elneny and Xhaka, their midfield, okay. Against Mkdons, what do you expect? They have to, bring in something good. Maitland Niles plays for us, although he's linked to remove away from the club. Saka, shot number 7, Nketiah scored. And of course, the captain also, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who's very close to signing a new contract. So, guys, that was the final score. Arsenal 4, 1 Mkdons. Arsenal 4, 1 Mkdons. Is a match reaction show, so I expect you guys to give me your comments and what you think. We smashed Mkdons 4 goals to 1. Banleno conceded against Mkdons. That was really embarrassing. Why do you how can you concede against Mkdons, Leno? You're my best goalkeeper at Arsenal, and I've been here on this stream all the time defending you. How the hell do you concede against Mkdons? I was not really impressed with that, but finally we won it 4 goals to 1. Goals from Elneny. He had a very good performance today, Mohamed Elneny, but of course that doesn't justify that he should stay at Arsenal. That shouldn't justify anything that Mohamed Elneny should stay at Arsenal. I'm still one of those people who still think that it is time for Mohamed Elneny to leave Arsenal, go somewhere else, get somewhere to play good football. He is not an Arsenal. He's not in the caliber of Arsenal. He should leave our club. He had a very good, game against Mkdons, but Mkdons is not Liverpool. Mkdons is not Chelsea. Mkdons is not even the Premier League. So he is not, if his class is going to play against Mkdons, that is not the Arsenal class. Grant Xhaka I think he was the man of the midfield, because when you look at that midfield, he's the only man that you can trust. It was only, Xhaka, the only man you could trust in that midfield was Grant Xhaka today. The others, Maitland Niles, and then Elneny, not really. You cannot trust them, with football. So I think big up Xhaka. He did a very great job. I want to comment about Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah, many people think Eddie Nketiah is not good enough to play ahead of Lacazette. And when Arsenal is linked to a move to sell Lacazette is linked to Juventus and Atletico Madrid, many Arsenal fans really frown, and they're like, Eddie is not good enough to be ahead of Lacazette. But at times we need to give the young players some time. We need to give them the trust they need, because in most cases some young players become very good adult players. So I think Eddie is continuing to score goals. He is continuing to give Arsenal all the reasons as to why he should start in that lineup for Mikel Arteta. Today he scored once again, and of course, something big. Of course, we played against Mkdons, and for me, I was not really, excited because I know Arsenal has always been beating sides in the. We have always been beating sides in preseason. That is the kind of Arsenal I know. We always beat seasons, clubs in the preseason. The only problems come in when we get the task, when the real job comes in for the season. But beating clubs in the preseason, that is easy. We do that, man. We always do that. So big up Arsenal fans. 4-1 against Mkdons. What do you think? Do you think Arsenal is ready to go? But I think this game showed me something, that our midfield is really empty. Our midfield is really empty. If you look at how we lined up, who didn't appear for Arsenal in that midfield? Nobody. That is our complete midfield. Elneny, Guendouzi, Xhaka. I think we need to work on our midfield blood, because if you look at the defense, Cedric, Tierney, Holding, and Saliba, it's only Holding who cannot play in the Premier League, because we have Gabriel Magalhaes, we have Pablo Mari. So you think he will not play? Definitely will not play. But if you give me a task of looking at that midfield, analyzing how the midfield was standing, Granit Xhaka was standing alone. Xhaka was really standing alone in that midfield. So we need to sign up players, man. We need to sign up players if you're going to compete next season. But it is something, it is something good that we can beat, a club like that, 4-1. Give them level. Show us some respect. We are the Arsenal, man. We are the Arsenal. And that means so much. That is something big. So maybe if we get a harder team and then we can actually beat them, I'm not really going to decide, whether we were really very good or we were not actually up to the task. Because on 5 days from now, we are playing Liverpool. Maybe we shall go, we are going to decide, or, we are going to see how good Arsenal is against Liverpool. Today we beat Mkdons using the young lads. McGuinness scores, Nketiah scores, Elneny scores. Those are cheap goals, and Reece Nelson. Those are cheap goals. Every club can get them against Mkdons. But we need to buy the quality that can play in the Premier League. I don't want Mikel Arteta and the board to get carried away by this small win against this small club and think we are good to go. We are not good to go, blood. We are not good to go. We still need to sign a couple of players to reach the mark. We need to sign a couple of players to reach the mark. Mkdons is not a testing road for us. Of course, it would be very embarrassing if we lost to Mkdons. It would be so embarrassing, and I'll become, I'll be ranting with fire. Thank God we didn't. But it doesn't mean that we are good to go. That midfield is empty. An empty midfield. There is no way you're gonna tell us that Arsenal is getting better when we have an empty midfield. We need to sign more players. We need to get our, we need to get our foot running. We need to get the club back. So nice performance, guys. I have to appreciate. It's a good win. It's a good win. Start of the week, you have Liverpool at the end of the week on Saturday, but you grab the win against Mkdons, and the fans have something to be happy about. Next month we are gonna start with the Premier League, and now we are in preparations. Ghostly says hello, Ghostly. How are you, blood? So we are starting. We are in the preparations for the for the EPL, for the Europa League. We are in the preparations. We have 3 weeks to the start of the season. We don't have much time to prepare. Let us focus more on the transfer world. Let us focus more on the transfer business, because that's what we have to do. Transfer business must be the real thing. It must be the real thing, man. Beating Mkdons, every club would do that. Wolves would beat them. Sheffield would beat them. Norwich would beat them. Everybody would beat Mkdons. So I don't want Arsenal fans to go out, take a lot of beer, and say, we beat Mkdons 4-1. Preseason is preseason. Of course, we used one of our weakest sides, but we had almost 4 starters in that in that side. Leno is a starter. William Saliba will be a starter. Cedric is a starter. Tian is a starter. Xhaka is a starter. Aubameyang is a starter. Those are almost 6 starters. Saka is a starter. So we have 7 players, 7 good players who start for us. Today against Mkdons, we hit them 4-1. Why not 5, 6, 7 to show that we are powerful enough? And everybody who saw that lineup, I'm not really commenting about the game. I'm not commenting about the game because I know you Arsenal fans are really crazy about results. I want us to comment about reality. The lineup is good, but the midfield is lacking. Leno, Cedric, Saliba is holding. Tierney, that is okay. But Elneny and Xhaka, that's not the midfield we have to use next season, man. That is not the midfield we have to use. We have to get better players in the midfield positions. We have to get better players in the midfield positions. We cannot use Xhaka and Elneny. We cannot use Xhaka and Guendouzi. We cannot use Xhaka and Torreira because they are not good enough. That partnership is not good enough. Those partnerships are not good enough. And today shocking news came in and they said we are not going to sign Thomas Partey. We are pulling out. Why are we pulling out of the Thomas Partey deal? Are we getting comfortable, guys? Are we getting comfortable? This is the problem I have with Arsenal. When they sign 2 players, they get comfortable and they feel they have achieved it in life. They don't want to, get past that. They don't want to reiterate anything. So they feel, Arsenal feels now that after beating Mkdons 4-1, we are good to go. We're not going to buy Partey. And that is really crazy for me. It's a crazy decision. How do you come out and say, we are getting out of the Partey deal? Why? With this kind of midfield. With Xhaka and, Xhaka and Elneny, and you tell me we are getting out of the Partey deal. Xhaka and Elneny cannot beat Liverpool. Xhaka and Elneny cannot beat Manchester City. They cannot beat Chelsea. They cannot beat Manchester United. Xhaka and Elneny is a very weak midfield. That's how, some players waste a lot of time. They waste, the club's time. Elneny, all of us thought he was going to be, the Messiah in the midfield because we were desperate. I still remember we brought him, we were desperate, and he did some little magic, and we thought he's gonna be a Messiah. He didn't. Let him go, man. Let him go. We're not gonna use him anymore. So, I don't want to seem like I'm not happy. I'm happy that we won. Smash the like button if you're live and comment. Give me a comment in the comment box. I'm really happy that we won this game. I'm really happy and really grateful. But that, my point is we should go for more players to make sure that Arsenal is on top. That midfield was lacking. And the most disappointing and most, frightening part of it is that we do not have better players. We left outside. That is a team that had almost 8 starters. 8 starters against Mkdons. We won 4-1 against Mkdons. That means if you're playing against Liverpool, we're gonna bring the same lineup. That's the same lineup that's gonna play against Liverpool. Who's gonna change? Leno is our first goalkeeper. Cedric, Tierney, and William Saliba and Holding, are good to start. In that midfield, we don't have, who's gonna replace Xhaka? No one. Elneny, if you go for Elneny and you say, I want Elneny out of that club. I want Elneny out of that starting lineup. Who are you gonna bring, blood? You're gonna bring in either Torreira, or you're gonna bring in someone like Guendouzi. What's the difference between Guendouzi, Torreira, and Elneny? I don't see the difference, man. I don't see the difference. They're all crap and they need to leave so that we can get quality midfielders. It's a good win, very good thing that we won against Mkdons, but we need to win. We need to show that we are the Arsenal that is more ambitious. We need to be more ambitious, guys. We need to beat Mkdons 8-1 if you're going to, if you're going to create fear in the, in the Premier League teams. 8-1 must be the score against Mkdons. Not 4-1. I mean, everyone. I mean, Wolves can smash Mkdons 4-1. Unless you guys want to see us go back to the Arsenal, go back to the Arsenal that is struggling to to finish 8th, 6th, and 7th. And that midfield is lacking, guys. It is lacking. I don't know whether you guys watched the game. I don't know whether you guys saw the starting lineup. Here it is. I've always, showed it on this stream. It is lacking. The midfield is lacking. Elneny and Xhaka cannot be our midfielders when we are versing, a club like Manchester City against Pep Guardiola. We can't. No, we just can't, man. We just can't. Give me your thoughts about that game. Give me your thoughts about the lineup. But of course, congratulations, Gunners. We won it. We did it. Congratulations. Maybe it's time for us to trust Mikel Arteta that it's going to give us something all of us were waiting for. Maybe Mikel Arteta is taking us somewhere. Maybe. Like I said, maybe he's taking us somewhere. But if we stop our transfer policy at what we have done, then the whole transfer, summer is trash. We need to buy more players. We need to get more players, man. We need to buy more players in that midfield, in that Arsenal team. The defense is okay. The forward lines are okay, but the midfield is trash. Not even Xhaka must be playing for us. If we can get, we get Partey, we get Thiago Alcantara, do you think we would use Grand Xhaka? We wouldn't. We wouldn't use Xhaka if we can get someone like Wilfred Ndidi. Because Xhaka is good, yes, but he's not top class. He isn't. And Arsenal wants, to use top class players. So if we want to use top class players, we can't use, we can't use Xhaka. But of course, he's the only man that is very, good enough in that midfield of Arsenal among the available options. He's the only man that's good enough, man. Only man. And today I was really crazy. I went crazy when news came out that Arsenal is out of the race to sign, Partey. I don't know, for whatever reasons. I don't understand. Look at the midfield we are using today. Look at it. I want you, I don't want you to be fans that, just follow around results and, celebrate because Arsenal scored. I want you, to be fans who can analyze the game. Look at that midfield we brought in today. Tell me who is good enough. No one, man. No one is good enough in that midfield. No one is good enough. Everybody is trash. We need to sign more players. We need to, we need someone like Coutinho. We need someone like, Partey. We need those, kind of players, man. But anyway, we've won it 4-1. Congratulations, guys. Nketiah scored. Elneny scored. And Mkdons also scored a goal. And then Reece Nelson scored a penalty. 4-1 was the final score. Make sure to subscribe down there. Click the notification button. And of course, click the like button as well. Click the, click that button, the like button. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with the young boys. Balogun came in, he got a chance to play. That is one of the things I wanted because, when I was watching Balogun, he's one of those top exciting players, better than Nketiah. I want to be very, very, on point. He's better than Nketiah, man. And, we were letting him to, go out of Arsenal. That was really stupid, man. So, Balogun got a chance. Mkdons got a chance. And, of course, a couple of other players. I don't want to say Saka because Saka is no longer a kid. Last season, he was, one of the 3 players contending for Arsenal Player of this season. That means he's grown, man. He's grown. The only person I miss is Gabriel Martinelli. I want to see Martinelli play more and more. He's a Brazilian, a very good player. And I love Brazilians, man. I really love Brazilians. Smash the like button if you're live. Smash the like button if you're live. So, we won it 4-1. And of course, don't forget to tune in for every after any Arsenal game. We'll be doing the live match reactions. We did this for 20 minutes. I'm going to be out of this place. I'll come back with the Arsenal transfer news, we are still linked with a couple of players, which is not bad. I think whenever we are linked to a couple of players, it means we are serious in the transfer market, and maybe we can bring in someone else. Good night. Arsenal 4, Mkdons 1. It was the full time score.